Shalom. This hangout is mainly going to be about Max IGAN. But first, because yesterday's hangout was immediately pulled, I'm going to replay the parts of that hangout that I think are the most important to be out there available for people to see. The supposed reason for it being pulled is footage from a South African TV station talking about the One More Orbit fiasco. So I'm not going to play that. Simple. But I did have other things that I wanted to make sure people could refer to. So first we'll go over that. It's not very long. And I will just sit back and join you in the chat whilst that's playing. I also wanted to play a video that I meant to play yesterday when I was reading the script from Wolfie6020. And the script doesn't mean a script that was handed to me. I'm talking about the word script as in the writing. Okay, for the paranoid lunatics out there. When he wrote, you'll see in the video. Okay, I say, oh, I'll play these videos. And I forgot to play one of them. So I will play it today. Now, where am I? I've lost track of where I am. There I am. Okay. Oh, hey, hair doesn't look so bad today. Okay. So, first, I'm going to play a couple of portions from yesterday's hangout, which was pulled. I was mocking the fact that, for anybody who didn't see it, I was mocking the fact that never in the history of ever has any flight chartering company made millions and millions by flying people over the South Pole. Never. So, I'm going to play that. I'll join you in the chat. Then we'll go into Max IGAN. I'll tell you a few things about Max IGAN that I think most of you won't know. So, here we go. Whilst this is playing, I can join you in the chat. So, oh wait, no. Yeah. Kind of. I have to keep my eye on the time so that I don't accidentally play the offensive thing. What that nabbit? Okay, so here we go. Oh, this guy, and I will show you why in this very hangout. You see the guy I'm showing now. If we scroll down and we go to say, where is it? Here. This guy, this channel I'm showing now, has vowed never to make videos about me. Oh, he forgot. He's already made videos about me. Oh, but never mind that. Let's look. These are 9 months ago. So let's pause. This would be March 27th. We're gonna scroll. We're looking specifically for a time-lapse video, or indeed a 6-hour video of a gyroscope drifting. Well, it wasn't that video. Let's see, maybe this one. Let's pause it, and I'll just scroll, see if we see. No, well, that's definitely not a 6-hour video of a gyroscope showing appropriate gyroscopic drift for any location. Oh, what was that? It's a flash of, oh, no, no. Okay, and when was this? This was in March. Okay, 2019. Let's continue. So that was this one. Let's look at this one. What is today? March 2019. Let's see this video. Let's scroll. No gyroscope. No gyroscope. No gyroscope. That's also March. Okay, so let's see. What about this one? Maybe this one has. Well, so it's saying something. Doesn't look like a gyroscope video. Just scrolling quickly. No gyroscope. Looks like a video about a head-up display. Yeah, no gyroscope. When was this? Also March. We're just going to cover all of March. See whether we find a gyroscope video. And then you'll see why I'm doing this. This is also March. Let's see. No, also HUD, but no gyroscope video. Not up to now anyway. No. Okay. Let's let's go to this video.
A very accurate radius of the Earth.
That March 5th too. Okay, so this is March also. No gyroscope. No, an EQ mount and a globe. Must be a globe because EQ mount. No gyroscope. Okay. Just bear with me a second. I have a message. Right. Okay. Right. So, that was that one. Let's see. Maybe this
Of the
one.
frame.
Also March. Yes, that's also March. Let's look to see if this happens to be a 6-hour time-lapse video of a gyroscope drifting. No, looks like not. Because, like, well, let's face it, can't fit 6 hours into 3 minutes. Well, maybe it could have been a time-lapse. I don't know. And let's see. Well, this is no longer March. Okay, so no videos in March 2019 showing a gyroscope drifting according to its latitude on Earth. So let's see. Oh, look. This is a comment posted 5 months ago. See how it's live? See how I can highlight it? 5 months ago. That would be August. In August, that person wrote, I told you I am doing the gyro experiment properly and that it will be worth the wait. Did you forget that conversation too? Remember what you told me about your gyro motor? So it looks like in August, it was proposing to do the gyro experiment properly. But that's August. That's after March. Okay? So do we have that? In August, he said, I am doing the gyro experiment properly and it will be worth the wait. Not, I did it already in March and I posted it on my channel. But let's see what else he said. Here, let's see. Oh, look. The video I referred to has been linked for you several times on your channel. It is still there and was posted in March 2019. But we just looked there. It says it is still there and was posted in March 2019. We just looked. It isn't there. And if it was posted in March 2019, why would he have forgotten about it in August? I told you I am doing the gyro experiment properly and that it will be worth their wait in August. So, if you were going to maybe, I don't know, contribute to this wonderful business opportunity from a flight chartering company, maybe not do it with a guy who confuses his months and the things that he has done with the things he hasn't done and the things he's imagined having done versus the things he really has done in the real world. Just blends the two together. Thinks that he posted a video in March. In August says, I'm working on it. Pathetic. Anyway. That same fella. Let's listen to this. Wait, let me turn the volume up. Okay, good. Let's listen to this short little clip I made some time ago. We're trying to make us look good.
Sure. And a very special shout out to Win.
Wait. Sorry.
Received from was the media liaison person for One More Orbit.
So, let me go back. Okay, listen carefully to the email that person received from the One More Orbit guys, who are, well, NASA. That's right, who he worked with during this One More Orbit live stream. Okay, let's listen.
Familiar with the flat Earth community is that they were able to identify the troublemakers and stomp on them fairly quickly. But
He's talking about the moderators in the chat whilst they did it. Well, we were laughing our heads off.
So we're taking back to the beginning of the other side of the Earth. There's something that's
You can ignore the guy talking. It's just a moron.
So this video is just a personal thanks to all the moderators who assisted in the One More Orbit chat to keep the chat under control and running smoothly. And one of the advantages of using people who are familiar with the flat Earth community is that they were able to identify the troublemakers and stomp on them fairly quickly. But I just
Troublemakers like Antonio Subirás and a few other people in there.
obviously not struck him. The first line, he hasn't registered it. Listen. Email I received from Meredith. Oh my God, without all you guys, we would have looked terrible. He's not thought, why would we have looked terrible?
This is a NASA representative saying, without you guys, we would have looked terrible. Don't really need anything more than that saying. Without you guys, we would have looked terrible! Exclamation mark.
No, we were orbiting the Earth in this amazing plane. The only people that would have looked terrible are these delusional flat earthers who think the Earth is flat.
That's right. They could have just left all the comments like I leave the comments from the half-wit globelings. That's right. So all the globelings can see. And oh, geez, you sound like a retarded globling. You're not in my camp, bitch. That's right. So, business opportunity for a guy who confuses the months and the actions he's taken in those months. Says in August, I'm working on this video, it will be worth the wait. Later says, I posted it in March. You know, a few months earlier. March comes before August. Okay, right. Then reads a comment from a NASA representative saying, oh my God, without you guys we would have looked shit. Like, really? Oh my God, without you guys we would have looked terrible. Why? Anyway, let's move on. Now, this is the part that was they resented, so I will quickly move away, and I will pull up the next timestamp, which was, and I will be going into Max IGAN, the fraud, the complete fraud. Okay, so 44. That will do. Okay, let's go. That buffoon that I just showed. Light scattering. What a clown foot. Anyway, I have one more thing. What is it? Yes, I have this. I have mentioned many times how the fraud that was trying to charge $1 million for a flight over the poles, which we've seen can't happen, how that guy thinks you can double a cube. I've mocked him for it many times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to screen share and you're going to see the guy thinking he can double a cube. Now, a bit of background. The reason for it is the clown feet, globelings, walking around with their clown feet, wherever they step, pfunk, a rake smacks them in the face. So, I show a video that I made myself of a hammer and a feather dropping at the same rate. It had been done earlier. It had been done on the moon. I mean, in the Nevada desert, okay, by astronauts. Feather hammer, honk. Oh, but that can only happen because of the vacuum of space. Well, then, flat earthers come along and do it. And they say, oh, hey, no, there's no vacuum here. And then I do it too, because I've been on a debate with the Non Sequitur show, shortly after which they collapsed. Oh dear. And I said, look, do you want me to do it? And they said, yes. So I did. The clown foot and all the other globling clown feet walking around with their clown feet stepping on rakes. It's like, no, it will never happen. I show it, and they're like, that was a very big feather. It's like, oh, yes, it was a big feather. Was it as heavy as the hammer? Did its size somehow negate the air resistance? I dropped it flat. In fact, I'll show it, okay? Well, first, I'll show this comment thread. I dropped it flat. Hammer, feather. I did it several times. Good Lord. They're all like, no. You must have weighted the feather. You must have all kinds of things. Well, it wasn't the same falcon feather as on the moon. So, it was a falcon feather and a hammer. It was also not the same hammer as on the moon. Because of that, this long common thread that I'm about to share, I'm going to read all of it. You'll see how, in this, he thinks that he can double a cube. That's right, even though it's actually, like, first, physically impossible, second, logically impossible, third, mathematically impossible, like, just not doable. Oh, but you could say, so if you take a cube and you double it, you can say those words. Doesn't mean, it's like, you can say this, well, if you take your hand and you put it right through your head, but you can say that, but you can't do it, okay? So I'm going to show this common thread. It's hilarious. Before I do, sorry, I have a text message just arrived. Right, so Mike Sanders writes, you couldn't have found a heavier feather, could you? No question mark. No, I'm not really going to critique the spelling and the hissy-fitty errors that people make when they're throwing a little hissy fit. Why don't you try again with a feather the same weight as the one they used on the moon? So, I'm showing the 11 replies, okay? Confessions of Walking Speech 1.0 writes, so it will fall faster? He's mocking Mike Sanders. Okay, here's a big feather, so it will fall faster. Mike Sanders replies, no, he has deliberately used the biggest feather he could find. He is so disingenuous, it's unbelievable. Actually, no, I have larger feathers. I used that feather because it was the one that fell at the closest rate as the hammer. That's why. Did a feather fall at the same rate as a hammer? Yes, that's all you need. So, Confessions of Walking Speech 1.0 writes back, as one as heavy as the hammer. So, no, he has deliberately used the biggest feather he could find. Confessions writes, as one as heavy as the hammer? I replied to Mike Sanders, doesn't bigger feather mean more air resistance? Man, you're really not very bright, are you? Wolfie steps in. Dun dun dun! Everybody, just glasses falling, gasps of surprise. Wolfie steps in, takes his cape off, smacks someone in the face whilst he's taking it off, but he doesn't notice. Bigger feather also means more volume and weight, mate. Well, yeah, that's what the word bigger means. What counts here is the ratio of surface area to weight. He's forgotten all about the hammer part of the video. Did you totally fail math and geometry at school? Oh, let's see. If you double the size of an object, what happens to the surface area and the volume? Think about it, mate. A 1 centimetre cube, and when I read this, I went, oh no, he's not going to go here. But he does. Think about it, mate. A 1 centimetre cube weighs 1 gram. Surface area on one side is 1 square centimetre. Total surface area is 6 square centimetres. Volume is 1 cubic centimetre. Ratio of surface area to weight, 6 to 1. So, 6 sides to 1 gram. Now double that size. Double the cube. Huh. Good gosh. So he goes on to mentally mess up the concept of doubling a cube in the first place. I mean, it's a tricky area to navigate if you want to even try, but it doesn't matter. He then goes up and just does this shoddy thing. So, we now have a 2 centimetre cube, because 2 is double of 1, right? Surface area on one side is 4 square centimetres. Oh, wait a minute. That's not double of 1. That's 4 times 1. See how it starts to go pear-shaped? Total surface area is 24 square centimetres. Wait a minute. That's 3-1. Ouch, Antonio. 100% busted. Caught red-handed, fudging the experiment with a larger feather, as large and heavy as the hammer. Use the same size feather the astronauts used, you fraud. Mike Sanders jumps in. Excuse the coughing, especially you with headphones. Oh, for fuck's sake, talk about pot calling the kettle black. Got any feathers in a pillow? Try one of them. I seriously think you have some kind of mental issues, pal. But best advice you will ever get. Go and see a frigging shrink before you go, really. Okay. Before you go, really? That's the end of his comment. He forgot to finish it. I don't know. Confessions of Walking Speech. So he replies to Confessions of Walking Speech. No. Who said, remember? Confessions of Walking Speech. As one as heavy as the hammer? That's what he said, right? He's replying to that comment. No, as one that has no real air resistance. Okay. Mike Sanders believes that there are feathers that exist in the world that have no real air resistance. In other words, feathers that wouldn't work as feathers, because feathers are there really for air resistance. Sure, penguins have feathers and they don't fly, but they kind of fly through the water, don't they? Don't they really? Well, yeah, it's called swimming, true, but, and hey, ostrich and emu, they don't fly either, and they have feathers, that's right, but it wasn't an ostrich or an emu feather either, and they also have air resistance, because, well, all physical bodies have, air resistance, see? But he believes there are feathers with no real air resistance, and that I used one of those feathers, a large feather that could fall without, making a small vortex, making a small vacuum underneath it so it could fall with no air resistance. That's what he's writing. No, as one that has no real air resistance. Go and get a reasonably sized feather. Try it yourself. I don't need to because I'm not a freaking idiot. That's what Mike Sanders writes. God's sake, writes. Means you can hide a weight in it, you scum. So, the fact that the feather was large means I can hide a weight in it. Must be some super weight to make it weigh as much as the hammer. But he's forgotten about the hammer. Then he writes more. Actually, he couldn't, so if you see the first version, so he's just writing to himself. Actually, he couldn't, so if you see the first version, you can hear the clunk. Here's the first version. I will play it. We'll come back and play it. And then he goes on, no, the original, because I made 2 videos. Okay? And I will show them. Don't worry. I reply to Wolfie. Wolfie, Wolfie, Wolfie. And I do the condescending voice on purpose, because those who think, those who are walking around with this delusion of superiority, they're brought down a peg or two when you address them with condescending tones. It just it irks them. It kind of brings them down to reality a little bit. Okay, so, Wolfie, 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 let me inform you of something I would have thought you'd already be aware of. Feathers are not, generally speaking, cubic. Cubic means having the shape of a cube. There is also something wrong with your logic center. I've pointed this out to you before. I pointed it out in this very hangout too, where he thinks that in August he will do something in the future, which in the future he says he did in March, which comes before August. See what I mean? Something wrong with his logic center. If there was not something wrong with your logic center, you would have caught the fact that cubes have rather a lot of their surface area vertical. It's what one might refer to as a necessary quality of cubes. When discussing falling bodies versus air resistance, it's the horizontal surface that matters, not the vertical surface. Specifically speaking, it's the downward facing surface that matters most. Of course, the upward first facing surface also matters. This is where aerodynamics comes in, but only at a relatively high speeds. Now, in respect to downward facing sides and your cubes, the first has a ratio of 1:1 weight to downward facing surface, 1 gram for 1 square centimeter, while your last has a ratio of 2:1, 8 grams to 4 square centimeters. That's the opposite of what you thought with your illogical use of geometry for falling bodies. You thought there was a bigger ratio for the smaller cube because you were including non-affecting qualities, vertical surfaces, to the overall equation. But don't worry about it. Not being able to properly process abstract mathematical concepts is a prominent disorder in our day and age. It's called dyscalculia. Most people who have dyscalculia don't even know they have it. That's why education is so often based on thoughtless repetition, rather than truly understanding. I think your overarching argument was that the bigger the feather, the faster it will fall because, this is where you went a bit wrong, drag will be lessened for the larger object. You could test this hypothesis by dropping your 1 square centimeter and 4 square centimeter cubes and seeing which hits the ground first. You might also not be aware that this very topic has been the subject of centuries-old debates. Is the rate of falling objects dependent on their weight? In fact, a recent study in a controlled environment to negate air resistance found that aluminium fell at a faster rate than lead. Aluminium is many times lighter than lead, ergo it has more volume per gram. But back to the feather hammer drop you're having a problem with. I have some here that might help you. I will play these videos in a second. Or maybe this one. Those are the videos I forgot to play. I'll play one specifically. Will please you more. It's even smaller. P.S. You cannot double the size of a cube. So, I said I would play those videos, and I will. Okay? You can hear the clonk. He forgets to say when he's placing it on the scale. Okay? He just forgets that part. This dim. This is what happens with globe leagues when they encounter cognitive dissonance, because their world is so cushioned for their experience. Like, oh, let's not have any cognitive dissonance at all. La, la, la. When they come across it, it's like, oh my God, no, and they can't deal with it. So, here you're going to hear when they drop the feather on the scales to show how much it weighs. And it's like, you can hear the clonk. Yeah, but you can also see how much it weighs, dumbass. Where is it? Here. Oh, it's this guy. This is a brilliant guy. This guy thinks that the sunlight can be angled like a torch. So let me move forward.
Getting all dressed up in his pseudo lab coat, which I assume is just his
Oh my gosh. I forgot. He says getting all dressed up in his pseudo lab coat. No, silly. You'll see in the other videos that when I was wearing black, because the feather was black, you couldn't see it that well. So I wore something that would allow you to see it better. So let's watch.
Dressing gown, probably stolen from his mum. And he's down in the basement and he's dropping things on the ground. Well,
he's down in the basement in a flat that's above the ground. Okay.
I guess he had to go and put out a little piece of foam because his mum was probably yelling down the stairs, Antonio, have you fallen over again? Are you wearing the helmet?
He's forgetting to mention that the feather just fell at the same rate as the hammer.
See, I think he wears a helmet because, well, look, I'll let you in on a little secret. Wolfie and I refer to him as Flat Earth Tintin.
Tintin was awesome.
Because of the hair. And of course the hair is because of the helmet that he has to wear all the time in case he falls over. So, anyway, what was he doing? And have a listen to this and see what you think. When he puts the feather on the scale...
Notice he's forgotten to mention the fact that the feather's falling at the same rate as the hammer. Let's listen to this clonk.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? You can just imagine Antonio saying it.
Oh, what a shame. You see, when he showed that, he cut before you could see me zooming in on, well, on the actual weight of the feather.
And if he'd had Wolfie's video up and thought he heard something odd in the background, hey? And can you see? Can you see? So, Wolfie... Well, look, I'm not going to commit a no.
Okay, so enough of this. I don't know where he's going with this because he's boring as hell. Let's go back to the other comment. Oh, it's the very video. Let's watch it and then wait a second. Yeah, then we'll go back to the other comment. Okay, so let's watch. Let's listen to that clonk. Let's see what happened at the point where he edited the video. Oops. Where he stopped the video. I place a feather on the scale. There's a big clonk from the weight of a 6-gram feather. And he cuts before you can see that it's 6 grams. So let's play this and enjoy it. Now this is the video I made. I edited the video. I also have the original video, but this will do. Don't worry about it. $787 grams. Can't see it very well, but sorry. 6 grams. See, that's where there was the big clonk, see? It's the big clonk of a 6-gram feather. And now I'm going to play it just because I know it rubs the globe links up the wrong way. Dumbasses. Hey, why did you have a pillow where the hammer was going to drop onto the floor? Well, because they're half neighbours. I don't want to be dropping a hammer on the floor repeatedly for, well, no good reason, having the neighbours go, what the hell's going on next door? You see, it's called being considerate. And the video's just me dropping the feather and the hammer over and over. I bet that feather weighs the same as the hammer, and that's why it fell at the same speed. And this was to show, because many Globers say, see, hammerhead hit before the end of the feather. It's like, no, silly. The far end of the feather, which was near my toes, hit the pillow at the same time as the hammer. That's why I show it in slow motion, closer up. And then I went back and see how you can't quite see the feather or the hammer that well when it's well in front of my body because I'm wearing black. Hey, why are you wearing black? Because I was wearing black, that's why. By the way, this is much higher than the astronaut dropped it in the Nevada desert. He dropped it from about solar plexus height. This is shoulder height. over and over, including flat, like you're about to see, like I've already done several times, but never mind that. Let's see the weight. 6 grams. Let's see the weight. 787. Gosh. Huh. He must have taken out the lead weight before weighing it. Well, no, because you saw that I weighed it before I walked away and did the thing. Continuous shot. Dumbasses. So, there you go. I'm going to join you in the chat. Now, I did say I was going to show some videos that I linked to Wolfie. Here's the best. It's just this fella there. I'm going to watch it. We're just going to, well, we'll watch it from the start. It's not very long. It's all in slow motion. He has a feather, a large white feather there. Okay, he's showing that quite clearly. And, oh, a much smaller feather on the other hand. Okay. Large feather and a smaller feather. What's he doing now? Oh, he's putting the large feather down. Right. Oh, he's grabbed a lump hammer. Huh. Okay. Huh, that's interesting. Must be a helium-filled hammer. It's not a real proper hammer, is it? Because obviously, like, hey, here's a thought. When they went to the moon, did they not think, hey, we'll save the fuel costs for the hammer weight. We'll just pick up a rock on the moon. They could have just said that. Hey, we have a falcon feather. Let me just go over here and grab this rock. We'll drop the rock and the feather. But no, they took a hammer. Oopsies. I'm going to play that very last bit again. Drops the feather and the hammer. Much smaller feather than the one I used. Let's see. Oops. Oh dear. Let's watch it one more time. Now, this is the only video I found of this guy doing this. I bet you he first dropped the white feather and the hammer. But can't find that video. Never mind. Never mind. Here we have a much, much lighter feather than the one I used. I bet that feather weighs about 1.5 grams maybe. Maybe 1.5 grams I'd say. Let's see. Oopsies! Oops! So there you go. Now, what's this? No, not this yet. Actually, yes. I'll play this. Now, and this is, all of this is prelude to the Max IGAN part. Some people in the Globe camp talk about flat earthers being obsessed with them. Okay? We'll take a look and take the music off and we'll just watch. Let's see whether this might be symbolic of somebody being obsessed or not. Huh. Yeah, let's just watch this. You'll like this, Ice to See. It's a shame the person isn't doing it with like oil paints or even acrylics. But hey. Oh, aren't you vain, Antonio, watching somebody? What's the guy doing? He's grabbing colour tones from the face. Okay, you can see the little tool. He's grabbing the tones and he's placing them approximately the right place. That's what he's doing. Ah. Flat earthers obsessed with globe earthers, are they? This was made by a globe earther. Yeah, we're going to watch it all the way through. Sorry, globe links, if it offends you to find that some of your globe earthers are obsessed with certain flat earthers. I do like watching paintings, but there's something that says to me, not art, when it's with digital media. It's like, okay, you can do this with digital media, great. Can you do it with plastic media, with real media? You think that you would be able to, but it's like, oh, it doesn't quite work like that, is it? Because you see, with plastic media, you have to first mix the colours that you're going to use before you put them on the canvas. Second, you're not going to have a picture right there to match the colours up to so simply, because, well, you're going to be painting over it. Chances are you're going to hold it in your hand, and you're going to have it a little bit farther away from the painting you're doing. So it's going to be a bit... Now the lips are a little bit pinchy, I have to say. A bit pinchy. But never mind. Why am I showing this again? Oh, just to show that when some globe earthers talk about flat earthers being obsessed with them, they might want to look at this and remind themselves, actually, it might be the other way around. It might be that globe earthers are obsessed with certain flat earthers. Oh no! Oh. But still pretty cool. I have to give the guy or the girl kudos. Pretty cool. I even thought of taking that and using it as my avatar. Thank you very much. Oh, question marks, question marks, question marks. What is this? Oh, rest in peace Antonio's balls in honor of backing out of the debate like a boss. Hashtag bitchmade. What debate would this be? Would this be the debate that was cancelled by Simon Dan versus Red's Rhetoric? Oh, no. Yes, it was. Right. And that's, in case you want to see, Cheshevik. Wonderful. Let's close that. Let's now go into Max IGAN. Okay. Some of you might think that he's a sincere guy, okay? And to you, you might find some of what I say offensive to you. You might think, Antonio, I think he's genuine. I think you're genuine. How are you not seeing that he's genuine? Thoughts along those lines, okay? I know I know a few things about Max IGAN that most people don't know, okay? But that's not why what I'm going to show you, I'm not going to say, look, I know his name, I know his background, I know what he did before he became a truther, okay? But I'm not going to use any of that because you'd have to believe me. You'd have to believe the things I told you. Instead, I'm going to simply show things that he himself shows. So, for instance, Max IGAN is not his real name. He goes into why he chose the name Max IGAN. He also explains that in the future, at some point, he will tell people his real name, okay? He could say it right then. Say, my real name is this, okay? But it doesn't. That's called a hook. Watch this, to be continued, okay? So, that's one manipulative tactic that he employs. Another manipulative tactic that he employs, which is transparent as hell, is using his children, his child. Don't the idea behind it is, don't be too harsh against me because I'm doing this for my child. Everything I do is for my child. Anybody who uses their children as a shield from critique is a cunt. So, I haven't watched all of this, by the way. I've watched 5 minutes. I thought, I'll cover this tomorrow. So I'll be covering it with you. This is a video response. I'll tell you what I'll do. Wait a second. I will do the other kind of display. Give me a second. And I'm not going to go over and over about his bloody pig potato nose. Okay? I'm not going to. Just going to say it once. Pig potato nose. Anyway, there you go. Right. Let's play and listen to his manipulation tactics. And then his outright lies. Just lies. So let's hear.
I'm here to tell you how to get through the next level.
Oh, he's here to tell people how to get to the next level, how to get through. Oh, really? You haven't got a clue what you're talking about, but you're somehow in a position to tell other people how to get through it. People watch you as a means of getting through life. That's manipulation. This is telling people, you can trust me, you can trust me, you can trust me, but without saying those words because they appear too transparent. So I'm going to play that again. Now, I'm not going to do a hell of a lot of replaying, but I'll do some, I guess.
But you know, they've tricked us on so many levels. It's profound when you look at it. But I'm here to tell you how to get through the next level, and
I'm here to tell you how to get through the next level. Oh, really wonderful.
It's actually the next level.
Welcome to the flat Earth level, scumbag.
You're gonna, yeah. But here we go, folks. This is the reality. And also, like I said, there's so many synchronicities, so many things I've done in my life that I didn't.
So many secret issues. He's talking about his secrets. So, but I have lots of secrets. Oh, will you tell us some of those secrets? Yes, just hang with me. Just subscribe. Maybe donate. Okay? Yeah, I'll tell you some of my secrets. There are so many secrets in my life. Ugh. Listen.
But here we go, folks. This is the reality. And also, like I said, there's so many synchronicities, so many things I've done in my life that I didn't.
So many secret issues. You mean you're a scumbag and people know it, and it started to come out that people know it, that they know your history, that they know your name, that anybody can go and check.
Didn't know I was going to do. Even my name, Max IGAN. Why I chose that name. I mean, it was because my uncle Max died over there.
It's because I didn't want you to use my real name, or people would say, wait a second, another Australian fraudster? Good Lord, pyramid schemes from Australia, all kinds of frauds from Australia, and here's another fraudster that's quite transparent. His name is this. Oh gosh, look at his history.
The channel, I thought that was a good thing to honour his name, you know, because he was a young man, like 19 years old. If you look him up, if you look up Max.
He's now talking about a war hero in his family, okay? He's saying that, look, the reason I changed my name is I wanted to use this other name. It's like, no, the reason you changed your name was that you wanted to hide your history, you scumbag. Because you have a scumbag history.
Cotton, you'll find that he was actually quite a famous flyer. Someone wrote a book about him once, which was amazing. That was my uncle, and that was my namesake. I named myself after my uncle, Maxwell Cotton, a young man who died in the war, one of the wars that the parasites run in World War II, that particular one. And also, IGAN is my son's middle name. And everything I've done, I have done for my son.
Everything I've done, I have done for my son, including those fingers I broke. Yeah, including those people I bashed. Yes, all of those things I've ever done were for my son. Yeah, remember the drugs and the collection money? Yeah, all of those things were done for my son. He's just said everything he's done for his son. No, he hasn't. He's using his son as a shield from criticism. He's a cunt.
So that's why I came up with Max IGAN. And there's a real significance in the fact that I chose that name, which I'll I'll get to later. Just for the record, folks, I intend to tell you my real name.
I intend to tell you my real name. Tell us your real name right now, Max Egan. Oh, no. Remember where I said just follow me, subscribe, and make some donations? Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not going to tell you right now.
Very soon, but I'm not going to do it right now. And when I do tell you, you'll understand why I didn't tell you now.
This is a manipulative narcissist. Yes, there are many narcissists out there, but this is one of them.
But that's coming. That'll be part 2. Because I do have one more video definitely to come.
In fact, wait a second. Let me take that back. I wouldn't say he's a narcissist. I'd say he's a psychopath. Not quite the same thing.
But as I said, folks, I'm here to tell you the truth, the absolute truth, to the best of
Apart from his real name and the reason that he really changed it.
my knowledge. And as I said, it's going to be an unpleasant truth for a lot of people. But this is, after all, the truth movement, isn't it?
So let's have it with your true name.
That's what I'm going to do. So here goes, folks. You're living in an enclosed reality. This earth is flat. All weather is controlled.
All weather is controlled. So, pad and paper. I'm going to grab a piece of paper and I'm going to jot down, like you might if you were in a class taking notes. So, and I suggest you guys do it too. I might miss one or two. All weather is controlled.
There's a dome roof over the top.
There's a dome over the top.
Everything the flat earth is saying, well, not everything, but a lot of what the flat earthers are saying is absolutely true. This is an enclosed environment.
An enclosed environment. Okay.
And this earth, where we're playing, this playing field that we're on, whether it's the earth, but the playing field is flat. I do not think that the earth is a globe. I think it's actually something quite different to what everybody else thinks, but I don't want to speculate with any of this. But one thing I can confirm absolutely is that the earth is flat. And all weather is controlled.
And all weather is controlled.
Obviously, I can't confirm the dome. I haven't been up there.
It repeats, all weather is controlled. Obviously, I can't confirm that because I haven't been up there.
And not only is the earth flat, but what our home has been turned into is basically a theme park like Westworld.
Our home is like Westworld or the Truman Show.
Where you have a parasitic influence that comes down and plays Westworld with real people.
Parasitic influence, or what version of the simulation hypothesis? Sorry, I'm jotting down.
When you look at the work of John Lash with the Archons, and I highly recommend that you read.
When you look at the work of the Archons, are the Archons verifiable? No. Oh, right, okay. Is it something like what you believe you can create in terms of your experience of the world? Yes, that's what it is. Oh, right. Like Carlos Castaneda, huh? With all the things that he encounters that normal people don't encounter because they don't entertain those ideas. Like that, you mean? Yes. Oh, right.
A passage by Carlos Castaneda called...
Oh, there you go. Carlos Castaneda.
The Predator Mind. Because this is exactly how it works. And I know that because I almost got my full code of awareness back on Saturday night. And it's a long story, folks. I'm going to try to give it to you in a way that's understandable. But like I said,
in a way that's understandable to you dumbasses. That's what he's saying. Yeah, I just flipped my potato nose at you.
You'll probably think I'm crazy, but this is how the game works. You're in a game, and you need to know how the game...
You're in a game. So simulation hypothesis. What Archons
works, so you can make it through the next level. And somebody needs...
It's all about levels. Oh, like Freemasonry.
...to hear this information because, as they tell you in the movies, they tell you everything in the movies. There can be only one.
They tell you everything in the movies, like they know everything. Oh, that's interesting.
I can tell you what the movies are for. I can tell you what the truth movement's for.
The true movement was to weed out the remnants of the last level. See, when they conquer a world, they conquer it in levels. The first level was
There are world conquerors.
Hyperborea, and that's where the white people came from. When Hyperborea was conquered and frozen over, they had an ice age. The people who escaped Hyperborea escaped into the next realm, which I believe to be the Atlantean age, which we are at the end of that age now.
He's just talking complete bullshit. We're not at the end of that age. That age was 3 ages ago.
Through that age, that would have gone down to Tartaria, and they probably had cataclysms and mud floods and stuff along the way.
But weren't they controlling the weather like they control the weather now?
The mud flood is absolutely correct. The guy from Mud Fossils University is absolutely correct.
No, he isn't. The guy's been looking at light and not noticing that it's in fucking filaments.
What he says. The guy from the No Forest on the Flat Earth, I would suggest, is absolutely correct in what he says. This was how they went down the levels, and each time they go down a level, the inhabitants get smaller and smaller and smaller.
So each time they go down the level, the inhabitants get smaller and smaller and smaller. Is that the size of the inhabitants, or is that the size of the population?
When they've done the level, all of the mining that they've done from that level, I would suggest they don't need this stuff. It's just, all they're looking for is the crystals and the gold and the silver and the essence of this realm that we're in.
Who is it that's looking for those things?
So I think they take most of that stuff, they build the stuff we need out of it, and then they just save it all up. And then at the end of the level, they just dump it all in the ocean, or whenever they need a cataclysm or a tidal wave, they just dump a whole bunch
of gold and minerals in the ocean.
Dirt in the ocean, and that creates the tidal wave. That's the earthquake that you hear.
Oh, right. So the earthquakes that we get is archons or some mysterious they dumping gold and minerals and whatnot into the oceans.
That's the big kaplunk. When they dump all that soil back in the ocean, and it creates an earthquake or an earthquake and a tidal wave. And when they dump enough in there at the end of the level, the mud mixes with the salt water from the ocean and it floods the places. And as the Mud Fossil University guy says, it covers people with silt and sediment, and the bones turn to stone. And then on the people in the next level, people after the cataclysm, dig these bodies up. They don't know their bodies. They dig them up and they build their homes out of them. So,
and some of those bodies have gold, do they?
We're essentially living in a tomb. When you look at when the internet came,
we're living in a tomb.
Online, as I've said on my talks, also the Lucifer system. That's what it is, folks. It's the Lucifer system, the code that bears the light. And it's the light is the awareness.
This repetition of nonsense words, the code that bears the light. As above, so below. These are nonsense terms to give you an idea or the illusion of eros. What's the word? Oh, damn it. The esoteric, that's the word. Esoteric ideas. Oh, aren't they esoteric? They said, as above, so below. The code that bears the light.
That it's stealing from you. See, the way the parasite works is that every time you have that aha moment, it steals that energy from you and it puts it online.
Oh, so it's a simulation theory. All of the stuff about the physicality of the world, all of that's just illusion. Yeah, they could just create earthquakes without dumping all the gold, because it's just a program. But no, they dump the gold, just.
And therefore, you transfer that piece of consciousness into the virtual world.
So, avoid aha moments, because you might be feeding into the parasites program.
You lose that essence of your own awareness and becomes part of the machine, and that's how they steal all of your awareness.
Wow, that's how they steal all of your awareness. Did you know that, people? They, archons, or unnamed things, the predator mind, that's how it steals your awareness. Anytime you're going around, and suddenly you have an aha moment, dunk, it steals the aha moment and a little bit of you.
That's how it goes.
That's how it goes, see?
We have not really got any idea what virtual reality is.
Yeah, so it's just talking nonsense about a type of virtual reality about which we have no idea, even though he's just been saying all of these ideas about that virtual reality, yeah, and that's how it goes, but we don't know any of it. Well, we do actually know quite a lot about virtual reality. In the real world, there are real scientists, real technologists who really know about virtual reality, real psychologists too, who know about virtual reality. It's how you can make distinctions between virtual reality and non-virtual reality, aka the real world. But no, let's listen some more to this guy.
What it's doing and what it has done.
What it's doing and what it has done. Because it must be true, because that's what I think, right? And I'm Max IGAN.
It's powered by our awareness.
It's powered by our awareness. So make sure you become unaware. Then you take away the power.
And why they created the truth movement was because at the end.
So the truth movement, all of it is a psyop, see? Because that way they get more nutrition.
At the end of each level, they distill that awareness down. They stage an event such as 9/11. They get someone like Alex Jones to go out there, who's probably a biological robot.
Oh, he's probably a biological robot. Well, if he's biological, then he's not a robot. See how that goes? Like robot, synthetic. Biological, not synthetic. Dumbass. See what I mean about just people putting words out there as if they have meaning. You know, the code that bears the light.
They get him to go out there, and he creates the truth movement. And
oh, really? I thought it was Bill Cooper. And I thought it was Bill Cooper who said exactly what was going to happen as it was going to happen, and it did happen like that, and then he was murdered. I thought that was the truth movement. That guy, not Alex Jones.
And then anybody who is asleep from hyperborea, who they haven't got rid of yet, at the end of the level here, he's going to wake up and go, hey, the truth, the truth.
So there are beings who are so ancient that they're still around from the Hyperborea days. Yeah, we're still around. And we go, oh yes, the truth, the truth.
And they're gonna go through.
I'm gonna show. That's what he says. People who are still around from the Hyperborea days.
They're gonna want to. They stage an event such as 9/11. They get someone like Alex Jones to go out there, who's probably a biological robot. They get him to go out there, and he creates the truth movement. And then anybody who is asleep from hyperborea, who they haven't got rid of yet, at the end of the level here, he's going to wake up and go, hey, the truth, the truth.
Wow.
And they're going to go through, and they're going to want to, push the truth.
So there are people, human beings, walking around. They're from the Hyperborea age, but they're asleep. You know this woke idea? This, are you awake? This woke idea. They're walking around from the Hyperborea days, but they're still walking around now, but asleep. And then suddenly it's like, oh, Alex Jones, he just said something about 9/11. Must all be true.
Find out what it is. So if you go through that, by doing that, they distill the essence of the truth. They find out where the one is, because there can only be one. So they tell you when.
Wow. They find out where the one is by stealing all those aha moments of the people. Yeah, all those aha moments. They steal those and they figure out, they use it as a kind of GPS for finding the one. Because that's a thing that really, really exists. The one.
In the movies. That's what the truth movement's for. I've said to you on my shows, it's a fishing exercise. How do I know that it is? It's a fishing exercise.
How do I know that? It is. It's a fishing exercise. Okay. How do you know that?
And that's...
Oh, it doesn't say how he knows it. It just says that it is. This charlatan scumbag cunt.
What they staged 9/11 for, they wanted to find us. Of course,
No. They staged 9/11 so they could have war, because the American industry is highly based on the sales of weaponry, you complete buffoon.
You think that's because they want to keep us contained in the smart cities? No, it's not about that at all. It's because they're looking for the one. There's always...
Yeah, no, it wasn't for the minerals. It wasn't for the... oh, what's it called? Damn it, I'm blanking. Lithium in the mountains of Afghanistan. It wasn't for the pipelines. It wasn't to sell a shitload of weapons and make a shitload of money out of the American hard-working people. No, it wasn't for that. No, that's all just a masquerade. It's so they can find the one.
There's one in every cycle. They tell you in the Matrix there's always one in every...
Yeah, because you see, in the film The Matrix, they tell you there's one in every cycle.
cycle. This is the way it works. And so, folks, there's no ego in anything I'm saying here. I'm simply giving you this message because it's extremely important, because
it's not a message, it's bullshit. He's not giving a message, folks. He's giving bullshit.
Someone needs to get through the next level. If we don't complete the next level, I suspect, it may
Then what?
to the end of this realm.
Or the end of the game that they set up for fun. Why would they want to end the game that they set up for fun, where they can't lose because they're not even part of the game? They're playing it. What? They set it up so that they can ultimately lose? Huh.
And the next level is going to be the third world. But anyway.
Dumbass. Third world.
I'm getting back to it. There's markers along the way, and that's what the truth movement's for. You've got to tell the truth.
Yeah, because when you tell the truth, you cause a hell of a lot of aha moments. And when you cause those aha moments, the parasites, the predator minds, they feed on those aha moments, put it into the computer, and zone in, hone in on the one. See? But you got to tell the truth. Otherwise, the aha moments don't happen, and they can't feed the machine. Moron.
The things that I've done in the truth movement.
Well, the things that I've done in the bullshit movement is caused a heck of a lot of division and just continued the age-old division system that's been, well, keeping people separated and working against each other instead of cooperating. Yeah, that's right. Forget the Ubuntu movement. That'll never happen. No, especially not if you think that other people that are different from you are evil, because people like this potato nose tells you that. Yeah, forget that.
I've always been very analytical, and what I've got to...
He's always been very analytical, and he's just given a bunch of bullshit that, analytically speaking, is filled with contradictions. That's not an analytical person. That's a lunatic psychopath. Yeah, I think it's logical because it came out of my mouth. Well, no, look, it isn't logical, okay? You said the aha moment is how the predator mind finds the one. We must make sure that there is a one. So aha moments would be, well, something to not feed the system. But we must continue with the truth movement and therefore make lots of aha moments, you complete moron.
Things wrong. I've been happy to admit that I was wrong.
I'd be happy to admit that he was wrong. No, he frickin' isn't. He's a lying piece of shit.
The cable car's wrong. I don't know whether I've admitted that yet, but yeah, I got the cable car thing wrong. But there's traps. There's all these traps along the way. I've got lots of things wrong, but I've tried to correct them.
Yeah, like all those people you physically assaulted. You got all those things wrong. Did he do those for your child too?
There's mistakes when I've made them, and something else that I got wrong is this isn't a globe. We're not living on a globe. If anything, we're living on the chest of a giant being, and we're having war games around its heart. And
yeah, we're living on the chest of a giant being, and we're having wars around its heart.
It's frozen over. I mean, that's a possibility as well.
Yeah, that's a possibility as well.
Fossil University guy is right. Uluru in Australia is a heart. It's the heart of whatever it is that we're playing these war games on.
Right, so all the war games that we're fighting on this giant's chest, we're all fighting around Uluru, is it? Well, good gosh. I thought most of the fighting was going on in the Middle East, and I thought most of the fighting has been, taking the world wars aside, which are, well, two, and they also took place in the Middle East. Most of the big major wars, most of them, including all those caused by Genghis Khan, Middle East. That's not where Uluru is it?
Yeah, and the way these parasites work, the way the parasitic mind that has taken over this realm works is it plays war games using real people. That's how it does it. And it tells you all...
But they're not real people, are they? Because all just characters being played by them.
The games it gives you to play as well. It gives you all these war games. Because the walk-ins or whatever, the biological robots that are here who don't know they're robots, these are all the people you can't wake up and you will never wake up. And these are all the voices that shout back at you, the bot.
These are the non-player characters in the parlance of the simulation hypothesis.
A lot of them are bots, and some of them are trolls. And the trolls, some of the trolls are actually your friends. They're trying to tell you how to find your way through the game, and they're shouting at you to listen to them because you're missing an important piece of the puzzle, which is what the flat earthers were doing to me.
So, some of the trolls, okay, some of the trolls who are your friends, they shout at you to tell you that you're missing a piece of the puzzle. It would have been good if he said, but really they're just trying to mislead you or distract you from the truth. Instead it goes into, and so one of those trolls is the flat earth. That's right. Listen.
They're actually your friends. They're trying to tell you. And these are all the voices that shout back at you. The bot. A lot of them are bots, and some of them are trolls. And the trolls, some of the trolls are actually your friends. They're trying to tell you how to find your way through the game, and they're shouting at you to listen to them because you're missing an important piece of the puzzle, which is what the flat earthers were doing to me. I was too intent on trying to get myself out of the whole slavery system thing. And it's...
Yeah, I was too intent on getting myself out of the whole slavery system thing. Is it possible to get out of the whole slavery system thing? Yes, it is. You can just go and live in Alaska. There are other places. You can go and live in the Bhutan. There's all kinds of places you can go and live out of the slavery system. So why don't you do that? Oh, because it means a lot of hard work. You have to go and fetch water. You're going to be cold. You're going to be isolated. Oh, I think I'll stay in the slave system. Okay, then stop fucking moaning about the slave system, bitch.
It's going, the game goes the way the game goes. But the earth is...
It is what it is. Oh, well, that's the esoteric bullshit words just boiled down for the ultra, the idiocracy world. It is what it is. Listen.
Intent on trying to get myself out of the whole slavery system thing. And it's going, the game goes the way the game goes.
The game goes the way the game goes. It is what it is.
But the earth is flat and you're in a controlled environment.
Controlled? Yes. Controlled by whom? Oh, the predator mind. That's who.
And the white genocide thing, I mean, when they froze over the first one, the inhabitants escaped. Not everybody died. People got away. They got through. And so part of the...
How did they get away? Isn't it all a game? Couldn't they just be switched off? But no, they got away. Okay, well, how did they get away? Well, they just got away. It is what it is.
Game when you're completing the next level is to build the civilization, the game Civilization, build the civilization.
Oh, the game Civilization, because there's a game called Civilization, so Civilization is a game, see, because there's a game called Civilization. Yeah, it's a shame there isn't a game called Love. Yeah, otherwise, well, Love would also be a game, see.
And then hunt down those escapees from Hyperborea, which I'm obviously descended from one of those escapees from Hyperborea.
Wait, what?
That's where the white people... The game Civilization, build a civilization, and then hunt down those escapees from Hyperborea, which I'm obviously descendant.
I'm obviously descendant. That's what he's saying. Yeah, this potato nose, you know that selective breeding of the Hyperboreans, yeah, where everybody was beautiful. Yeah, it messed up with me. I came out with a freaking potato nose. Listen.
And so part of the game when you're completing the next level is to build the civilization, the game Civilization, build a civilization, and then hunt down those escapees from Hyperborea, which I'm obviously descended from one of those escapees from...
I'm obviously descended from one of those escapees from... Wow. So see what I mean by psychopath? Yeah, there's this game going on. There's different... It's a blend of other people's ideas, right? So there's this game. And it's made up of a blend of other people's ideas about games. And in this version of the game, there are special people, and I'm one of those special people. That's right, my name's Max IGAN. It's not really, but yeah. Complete fucking imbecile.
Because that's where the white people came from. So
because that's where the white people came from. Great.
They create the whole concept of rah. Then they make it white genocide, so you can't say anything about it when that's exactly what they're doing. They tell the black people that we were slaves and all that sort of... All of this is fiction. It's their mind. This is how they play the game. You've got to understand, you know.
Wait. Let's go back to this slavery thing.
From one of those escapees from Hyperborea. because that's where the white people came from.
You see, the white people, they came from Hyperborea. What about the Mayans? Weren't they Caucasian too? Yes. Did they come from Hyperborea? No. Oh gosh, where did they come from? Well, not Hyperborea. Oh no, that makes the whole thing shit. Where did the Yellow Emperor of China went and told them to build dams and underground cities? Where did he come from? Well, not Hyperborea either. Oh no, well that makes it all a bunch of bullshit.
So they create the whole concept of rah, 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 rah. Then they make it white genocide, so you can't say anything about it when that's exactly what they're doing. They tell the black people that we were slaves and all that sort of... All of this is fiction. It's their mind. This is how they play the game.
Okay, got a bit confused there about the genocide of the Caucasian race. Let's play some more division. Genocide of Caucasian race. Yeah, and telling the black people that we were slaves, that the whites were slaves. Well, it turns out the whites were slaves, but wait a second, they were slaves of, wait for it, other white people. Wait! Isn't that what also happened with the black tribes? Were they not first slaves to other black tribes? Yes, that's right. What about the Arabs? Are there not Arabs right now that are slaves in Libya? Yeah, because it wasn't happening before when Gaddafi was there, but now it is. Wait a second, it's almost like the same race subjugates people within that race. No, really? Oh, well, let's compare ourselves to the elite of the same racial characteristics as ourselves. Should we count ourselves their equals, or should we count ourselves their slaves? Oh, whatever, just think in terms of division, quick.
Got to understand, we are all serene and we all live together, and there's no need for any of us to be fighting. All of the wars are being fought by them.
All the wars are being fought by them, but by us, really. Yeah, because they trick us into fighting their wars. Oh, right, so it's not really being fought by them, no. So now he's looking at notes. I heard earlier that you can see in his glasses somebody making a signal for him around the 30-minute mark, between 30 and 40-minute mark. I'll watch for that. So now he's just checking his notes. Yeah, it's fine to make notes, okay, if you're going to say something complicated, but he's saying a whole bunch of bullshit, so never mind.
They're about to scorch the earth.
Oh, they're about to scorch the earth. That's right, because in Australia there's been lots and lots of fires. Yes, well, now you'll have fire and scorching in your mind, right? Yes, they're about to scorch the earth.
And end this level. And everything's backwards, folks. Probably the biggest threat to...
You know how they're about to end this level? Yeah, that's why they've built all these mega underground cities. Yeah, these mega cities underground, that's why they've built them all. That's why the Chinese have built so many underground and overground cities. Yeah, because they're about to end it all, see?
It'll be interesting to know, the game is actually the two main factions. It's going to come down to the two people who are right in the centre of the board, and I think...
He's just talking so much shit, this guy, but let's continue. Yeah, there are two people who are running it all. Okay.
You know who that is. So, the only way you can save Palestine, for people who want to save Palestine, the only way you can save Palestine is, I think, to complete this level with a pure heart. And I don't know whether I've done...
To complete this level with a pure heart, says the man who went round basically breaking people's noses for money. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, just do it all with love.
Palestine, for people who want to save Palestine, the only way you can save Palestine is, I think, to complete this level with a pure heart. And I don't know whether I've done that or not. I've got a sneaking suspicion I've missed my ride, but I want to put this out there anyway.
Oh, a bit of pity for the old man. He thinks he might have missed his ride. Oh, blessing, and he's doing everything for his son. Oh, he's pure of heart. He's not a scam artist. No, he's pure of heart.
You've got to tell the truth in everything that you do. It's the only...
Apart from telling your true name, yeah, got to tell the truth in everything you do, but not your real name.
Way you can get through the level, folks, and there's signs that are put there for you along the way to give you hints.
By whom? Because isn't this a game that's controlled by the predator mind? Does a predator mind leave signs for you? That's a bit counterproductive for it, is it not?
If you're open to them. I've always liked to smoke weed and stuff, but I know now, as much as I've enjoyed it, it's kept my mind clouded from noticing all the signs that were there that were put for me.
All right. I wonder if it did that to Bob Marley too, because he smoked the ganja. I wonder if it kept his mind crowded too, because he obviously never did anything good for anyone, anywhere. Not including like Jamaica. No. Didn't set up community feeding centres. No, nothing like that. No, because his mind was clouded by the ganja.
For example, when I went to the Free Your Mind conference in the United States, all these obstacles had been put in my way. It was a 10-hour trip from Peru to Free Your Mind, but it took me 46 hours, and I'd been awake for 52 by the time I got there. Then I had to be on stage speaking within 45 minutes of arriving. This was all planned for that to happen, to create that obstacle, to make sure I was aware when I did that. I'm at the Free Your Mind conference. Remember that, at the Free Your Mind conference. And the person that introduced me was...
Free Your Mind conference. What does this mean? Well, take it as read that your mind is captive, is prisoner, is slave. That's right. Free your mind. Free your mind.
Sean Young from Blade Runner. The woman who played the replicant in Blade Runner. And there was the guy who was searching for the replicants, you know. Because a lot of the people in the world here are simply replicants. That's why you can't wake them up. And you never will. They're the ones...
Yeah, that's right. Anybody you don't like in the real world, yeah, they're not really real humans. Yeah, so it wouldn't really matter if you killed one, because they're like synthetic beings. Yeah, they're replicants. They look like humans. They bleed like humans. They scream like humans. They suffer like humans. But they're not really humans. No, and most of them are Jews.
...was a shout the loudest, so you shouldn't listen to people like me. And others are parts of the narcotic forces, you know, just the fodder in the game that you need to play the game. And the interesting...
This game theory. I'm going to shit on this game theory soon. But not in this hangout.
The thing about that...
And that wasn't a hook, okay? I'm talking about the book I'm writing on, that I'm working on. That completely destroys the game theory. Utterly.
That film was that the guy playing, or was it Harrison Ford, the guy hunting the replicants, fell in love with the replicant. And then he also found out he was a replicant at the end of it. That's an interesting thing. So, I don't know where the next level goes, but I don't know what the next move is from this point, folks. This is as far as I've played the game. And
this guy hasn't got a clue what anything is, and he's giving people advice. Remember, what he's saying now is all how to get to the next level. Yeah.
I said you're going to think I'm nuts, but if you hear me out, you might see the importance of this information getting through, you know, because the only way to do this is through having a pure heart. And what
that's why he said his real name. Oh no, he hasn't. I forgot.
Got me through, so I know what the game is now. But two major turning points was the Christchurch shooting. When everybody told me I shouldn't be saying what I said, I didn't care what anybody thought. I didn't care. I didn't have an income about it. I didn't. That's why I've never monetised my account. I want that to get in the way of the truth. I want to find what the truth is. And I've also said you'll never find what the truth is until you have established the freedom to find out. And
what a bunch of bullshit. Okay, he's talking about the truth, sitting on his real name, just not saying his real name. Having said, I will tell you my real name at some point. And he's talking about the truth and how through a pure heart you can get to the truth. Yeah, you're obviously not pure enough for him to tell you his real name.
That's still to be determined. So, because there's more truth than this yet to discover than what I've told you today. But
there's more truth to discover than what he's told us today. He hasn't said anything that's true other than that the Earth is flat. The whole enclosed and dome and simulation and all of that. None of that is true. He's not even said his real name.
I've kind of lost what I was saying. I'm trying to keep this really raw and honest, folks. But when the Christchurch shooting happened, I didn't care what anybody thought. I just said what was true. And that would have been one of the ticks in boxes. And then when I put out my directed energy weapons video, I put out the truth as I saw it on my directed energy weapons being used in the fire and whether we should, we didn't have any concrete information about this.
Apart from the stuff that's been published in military fucking journals about directed energy weapons. Yeah, we don't have any truth on it, apart from them having published how they work, what they do, and then having used them in the US, in the UK, in France, and in war zones. Good Lord.
And that was my focus, because I'm still thinking we've got to find a way of stopping the government from burning our forests down, because I know that's what they're doing. They're murdering our animals and burning our forests.
It's not your bloody governments, you complete buffoon. It's the Chinese. Because they don't have the rights to cut down the forests. So fires. Oh, now can we build a city? Okay, thank you.
And my mind is focused on that because I'm in the Matrix, because I didn't know I was in the game. And then I published that video, and a channel called A Plain Truth for You put up a video containing vital information. He said, how can you say that not directed energy weapons when we've got this? And he showed me information that I'd never ever seen before. And he finished the video with a huge tirade against me. Like, really gave me a full serving, you know. And I put up an apology to him and said I'd be uploading a video soon. And I had this incredible, overwhelming urge that I needed to upload this information, you know. And the fact that
the stuff he's saying is not information. Information has to be something that's true. If you're informed by things that are not true, it's not information. It's a spell or sorcery. It's not information.
uploaded that information and gave him an apology, and I was selfless enough to do that.
Oh, he's also selfless. Bless him. He tries to do everything with a pure heart in the pursuit of truth. Everything for his son. And he's also humble. Let's listen again.
Information, you know, and the fact that I uploaded that information and gave him an apology, and I was selfless enough to do that.
It was selfless enough. Oh, lovely selfless fella.
Was the final thing that they needed. And when these...
That they needed. They. Who? The Archons. No, I mean the Predator Mind. I mean the Jews.
So-called planetary alignment happened the other night. Because I had an incredible urge. I was parked in my car here. All these forces tried to stop me getting that information uploaded. But,
apart from actually, like, pulling his video. Yeah. All these forces trying to get his information stopped. Yeah, they just allowed it.
I backed out around all these cars and drove down around the house and around the tree and drove over the steps a bit and did all this stuff just to get out, because I had to get in there and get this information uploaded. And that night, a bit after midnight...
So, you know these Archons who've elaborately coaxed this game to give the illusion of it being real world, they lost track of him. They were trying to stop him from uploading this information, but they lost track and then let him upload it. Huh.
Sometime I had this huge light shine on my head, and I had this huge download of the whole game. And
oh, he had a huge download. Yeah, that could be temporal lobe epilepsy. Yeah, because the information you received was not a download of information, you buffoon. That wasn't the phenomenon you experienced. You delirious twat.
How it works and what's going on here.
And that's how he knows, see? Because download of information, this bright light. Was it a pink light like Valis? No, he didn't say it was pink. Listen.
A bit after midnight sometime, I had this huge light shine on my head.
Just huge light. Didn't say what colour.
And I had this huge download of the whole game.
And he got the huge download. I'd say that would be a huge aha moment. There you go. You just fed the beast some more, bitch.
And how it works and what's going on here. And how it's played in levels. The mind parasites. You know, everybody's right to a degree.
Everybody's right to a degree. Oh, right. Even the guys that are 100% wrong. Yep.
That's the thing. You've got to look at all the doctrines and be careful what you believe, because there's elements of truth in everything. But our belief systems get in the way, but ultimately it's about the truth. And the truth movement has been a fishing exercise to find
Sorry, just 1 second. I'll be back in 1 second. I'm waiting for a parcel. False alarm. Sorry about that. Let me go back because I missed the part.
In everything, but our belief systems get in the way. But ultimately, it's about the truth. And the truth movement has been a fishing.
Belief systems are there to mask the truth. They're not there to bring you to the truth. Belief systems are the enemy.
Exercise to find who could crack the code, who could crack the game.
And it turns out it was me, because I'm from Arborea. Yeah, the tree place.
I'll crack the game because I'm the one who saw the light. You know, I'm the.
See, it's him. He's the Messiah. He's the one. Listen again.
Look at all the doctrines and be careful what you believe, because there's elements of truth in everything. But our belief systems get in the way. But ultimately, it's about the truth. And the truth movement has been a fishing exercise to find who could crack the code.
The whole truth movement started not by Bill Cooper, not by Alex Jones, started by the Machiavellian archons in order to find the one. That truth movement, which was a fishing operation, that truth movement that was started, remember, by the archons, was to find the one. And turns out it's him.
Could crack the game. I'll crack the game.
He's cracked the game.
Because I'm the one who saw the light, you know.
Because he saw a light.
I'm the chosen one. I mean,
he's the chosen one.
It's sick. The way
it's sick. No, it's false. You buffoon.
They do this, folks, the way they run this. They put all these doctrines in there and you expect all this stuff to happen.
And then it goes and happens, and it turns out that I'm the Messiah.
But the fact is that I think they are waiting for the Saviour. And I think...
Wait, he just said that he was the one.
Had I said the earth is flat on the first video that I uploaded, perhaps I would have gone up in that light that hit my forehead.
Oh, right, so the light that hit his forehead, that sent this torrent, this upload of information... the light would have he would have gone up that light. That's right.
During the so-called planetary alignment, I would have been taken from this realm.
Yeah, that's what would have happened. It would have just like gone through the light and would have been saved or captured. Depends which way you want to look at it. Is it the Archons running the whole thing and they're looking for the one that found him and they suck him up? Oh.
Before it reaches the next level, it's just a thought. I haven't missed my ride, but maybe I have. I have a sneaking suspicion that I have.
You're a charlatan fraud twat.
I don't know what the next chapter is from this point. I don't know.
Oh, didn't you receive all the information? Oh, looks like you didn't receive all the information.
What is next in store for me? But I know that my life is now very, very different to what it was last week.
It looks exactly the same. It looks exactly the same to how it was last week. It appears to be exactly the same, but it's completely different.
Another message that I have for you is...
so here's another message for us, for everyone.
Regarding my name.
Ah.
The name Max IGAN.
Let's see if he goes over it again, or if he comes out with his true name and his true history.
Why did I choose that name? I never knew.
He went over it in the start.
I mean, it was honour to my uncle and honour to my son, so there was honour in the choice of the name. But I got hassled by Freemasons, hassled by people saying, oh, 33, you're a Freemason. I'm going, no, I'm not, but they kept hassling me, So it was the clue.
I can tell you right now, this guy is not a Freemason.
These are the people that are trying to help you along the way. 33, what does it mean? It's the 33rd parallel. That's what the 33 is all about. At the end of this game, they intend to decimate everything above and below the 33rd parallel.
But wait a second, isn't the 33rd parallel a bit of an arbitrary choice based on the protractor? Yes, it is. Oh, right. So it's not really.
North and south. If you want to survive what's coming, you need to...
Just also by the 33rd parallel, there are two of them. There's a north 33rd and a south 33rd. Yeah, he just forgets that part because he's full of shit. I'm going to show again.
They intend to decimate everything above and below the 33rd parallel, north and south.
Well, in that case, there's no point of there being a 33rd parallel at all, whatsoever, if the whole of it is going to be destroyed.
If you want to survive what's coming,
You better get me some money. Better get me some money. I gotta feed my boy.
you need to get above the 33rd parallel if you're
And then send me some money.
in the southern regions, and you need to get below the 33rd parallel in the northern regions.
Well, can you be more clear? Do you mean you should be between the tropics, kind of, heading towards the tropics? In that region, that's a region you should be at? Because he just said below in the north and above in the south-ish, in his garbled way. Listen.
To decimate everything above and below the 33rd parallel, north and south.
So, inside and outside the 33rd parallels. Is this thinking globe-like?
If you want to survive what's coming, you need...
Which, by the way, what he just said is complete bullshit, okay, because it would mean everywhere. If you look at the words he's actually said, above and below the 33rd parallel, there's two of them. Oh, right, okay, well, I mean something different.
You need to get above the 33rd parallel if you're in the southern regions.
Yeah, so towards the tropics, yeah.
And you need to get below the 33rd parallel in the northern region.
Yeah, so you need to head down towards the Tropic of Cancer if you're in the north, or out towards the Tropic of Cancer, and in towards the Tropic of Capricorn if you're in the south. Wonderful. Are you in Sydney? Yeah. Is that 33rd north, south? Yeah. Oh, you're safe already.
The rest of it is going to be iced over in their next ice age.
Right, so very little bit iced over. Because let's face it, there's not much south of the 33rd in the world, is there? Tiny bit of Australia, Tasmania, New Zealand, and South America. Tiny. That's inconsequential, really.
Which I would suggest is due to come. I mean, I've said to a few times, I've said to a few people, someone, I don't know, for some reason.
He said he doesn't know for some reason, so it must be true.
The number 2022 has come into my mind. 2020 we will get 2020 vision, which is what I've just received.
Even though he's wearing those great big thick spectacles.
And in 2022 I would suspect the cataclysm comes. The ice age will come because...
And we'll see in 2023 him being full of shit.
That's when my passport expires.
Ah, see, because that's when his passport expires. I wonder why he's been thinking of that date. Oh yeah, because it's the date on his passport. That's why.
And with the synchronicities that, because I was thinking about that when I had the number 2022 in my head all the time, I thought, I wonder, and I pulled out my passport and it said June 22nd, 2022.
Oh, that's why you had that number.
That's when my passport expires, and I would not be surprised at all.
So, the whole world is going to be destroyed south of the 33rd latitude and north of the 33rd north latitude, because that's when Max IGAN's passport expires. Yeah, no, not psychopath, no.
If that is the time that the cataclysm happens, I don't know, just speculation, folks, but there's been an awful lot of synchronicities in my life. I'd like to thank everybody who's supported me through all this.
Oh, thanks everyone. Remember Simon Dan, thank you so much to my subscribers. Remember that manipulative tactic. Thank you so much to my subscribers. He's doing it now. I have to thank everyone so much. And so sincerely too.
Happens, I don't know, just speculation.
Listen.
Folks, but there's been an awful lot of synchronicities in my life. I'd like to thank everybody who's supported me through all this and supported me through this so-called truth movement, this fishing exercise. Whatever they intend to do with me next, I have no clue. I'm just going to kind of live my life and see where it goes.
Because this week's just like last week, even though it's entirely different from last week, because it's a completely different life, but exactly the same.
But I suspect that I may have missed my ride. I suspect I was supposed to say this on the first video, but I think if someone does manage to make that ride, they may actually find they can save this entire realm. And that's why it's so important.
Yeah, if somebody manages to make that ride, so if the one makes it through, then they say if they touch the golden buzzer, the golden mushroom, whatever it says, dunk, and they win. Now there's no destruction of everything. Yeah, because it's all just a game.
Important that you listen to this, what I've told you today, with your heart.
You don't listen with your heart. You don't listen with your heart. Sorry, but you don't.
To the truth of what I've said, because this is exactly what's going on.
Yeah. Listen to the truth of what he said that I've just broken down into, well, highlighting all the bullshit he's saying. Yeah. Listen to the truth of what he said, because this is a message for everyone, see?
Realm. And that's why it's so important that you listen to this, what I've told you today, with your heart. Listen to the truth of what I've said. Because
yeah, listen to it with your heart. That way you won't, well, critically analyse it.
This is exactly what's going on.
Because what he said is exactly what's going on, or the fantasies of a delusional psychopath.
You may not believe me, but it's simply what I had to tell you. If you can write this information down, download this video and write this information down. Don't just write it on paper. Write it on leather. Write it on something that will last. Paper will decompose.
Yeah, because his words are that important. Write it in something that will last.
That's why they give it to us. You can't keep anything that lasts. Write it on leather or something and move to somewhere above the 33rd parallel. You need to get to high ground above the 33rd parallel. If you can do that, you may be able to save this message and pass it on. Keep it very, very safe.
This message is mainly about avoiding the disasters by the one making it through, right? He said that he was the one, but then forgot about it. So some other one will be the one, and they will avoid all of this disaster. But take it in leather in case the one doesn't avoid it, in which case everything that he said would turn out to have been bullshit.
You can pass it on to someone with the purest of hearts that you can find, and always make sure to tell them to pass it on. And
because his words are so critically important that you'd better make sure that they're passed on for posterity. Is it just me that are having alarm bells going? Like, delusional, incredibly delusional.
Always tell them that one day they will find someone and they will look at this person and they will know that this is the person they're supposed to give this message to.
Right. So write it in leather and always tell them that they will find someone and they're supposed to give it to that someone. So let's see how many people have watched this video. 65,000 people, almost 67,000 people. Let's imagine that all 67,000 people write it on leather, survive, and pass it on to someone else. That would be a heck of a lot of people who know that this guy was talking shit.
And I'm not saying that this message was given to me by someone, but I was given a map.
Oh, he was given a map, I wonder.
And a key to the map.
He was given a map and a key to the map. Should we see this map? Oh, he won't show it, I'm pretty sure. Be surprised if he did.
A book and a key to a map of an object that I needed to go and retrieve, and I actually haven't had time to retrieve it.
Right, so he was given a map. This is all definitely true. And he was given a key to the map. Definitely true. And he's not got everything that he needs to go and get the whatever it is on the map, on the X, I suppose. It's like some kind of treasure map. Yeah, all of it definitely true. It's not all delusion. No, it's definitely true.
I suspect I was supposed to retrieve that object before the alignment that happened.
All right, so he has to go on an Indiana Jones quest to retrieve an object, but he's missed that time, so now the map is pointless because he didn't retrieve it in time. All right, okay, let's continue.
Saturday night. And another thing,
What did he just say about 7, 8, 9?
suspect I was supposed to retrieve that object before the alignment that happened on Saturday night. And another thing,
Oh, sorry, Saturday night. Okay.
it's an interesting, because I'm not into astrology, I didn't even know the alignment was happening. And I had this incredible thing, I couldn't sleep. I was up and down, but then I happened to lie in bed, and as soon as I lay in bed, I had this huge bright light come through, like literally come through the roof and hit me in the pineal gland, and I had...
He said that light hit him when he was driving around the parking lot and stuff, and then got out and this big light hit him. Remember that? Remember where he said that earlier? Yeah, no, that turns out that didn't happen. No. It's when he was in bed and getting in and out of bed and up and down, and then boom, that's when the light happened. That's true.
Had this, I just went, oh my God, and I jumped.
That's like a great big aha moment. There you go, feed on that, you parasitic predator minds.
Jumped up, and I've been a raving lunatic for the last 5 days.
Yep, and
I had this...
Let's watch the swastika on his left palm.
Incredible thing, I couldn't sleep. I was up and down, but then I happened to lie in bed, and as soon as I lay in bed, I had this huge bright light come through, like literally come through the roof and hit me in the pineal.
A light came through the roof and hit him in the pineal gland.
And I had this, I just went, oh my God, and I jumped up
and a bit of a messed up swastika. See how the top bar isn't quite finished? That's a crap symbol. But hey, what happens when somebody takes a symbol of perfection and peace and coordination and cooperation and hijacks it to give themselves to give others the impression that they themselves vouch for those ideals? What's that called? Oh yes, it's called being a cunt.
I've been a raving lunatic for the last 5 days. I've been my friends.
No, this guy's been a raving lunatic for a long, long time.
I've been probably thinking I'm going completely insane, but it took me that long. It literally took me that long. It's taken me this long to process the information that I received in that download.
So, had the download on Saturday night, so Sunday morning, close. 3 days it took him to process that. It took him that long. 3 days to put it all together. That's right.
And the following night after that download, I also saw how the game ends.
Oh, he saw how the game ends, but he's not quite sure how the game ends because he doesn't know what his next step is, because he doesn't really know, because it's all a bunch of bullshit.
That I can't share with you.
That I can't share with you. Can't tell you. Sorry, I know, but I can't share with you. Yes, you know the letters of Fatima that were given to the Pope predicting the end of the world or the future, whatever it was. Yeah, he can't show you. Definitely has them, but can't show you. Charlatan, scumbag, cunt.
It's just not the place and it's not the time. So, you know, all of the scenarios that you're given have an element of truth in it, but you've got to look for the signs along the way. And the key is to tell the truth. You know,
apart from when it comes to your real name, you scumbag.
You tell the truth in all you do. No
apart from your name.
Mistake in the outcome. Don't
hypocrite.
Let monetary stuff get in the way. That's another thing.
Don't let monetary things get in the way. Yeah. Thanks for all those who have donated to me and helped pay for my son's food. Yeah, thanks for all those guys. But don't let monetary things. No, just keep saying the truth apart from your real name, you complete charlatan, hypocrite piece of shit.
For the signs along the way. And the key is to tell the truth. You know, if you tell the truth in all you do, with no stake in the outcome, don't let monetary stuff get in the way. That's another thing they would have looked for. Who is still telling the...
Yeah, this day, they will have looked for things. What things? Well, these things that he's about to tell you must be true because he's telling them.
The truth. Who had a lot of followers, a lot of subscribers, but didn't have a monetized account.
Wait. So he's saying they must have been looking for someone like me, had a lot of followers, says the truth, apart from his real name, didn't have a monetized channel. Oh, right, must have been looking for that. It wouldn't be maybe somebody with maybe no channel at all. It couldn't possibly be that the truth might exist in the mind, might be available to the minds and the spirits of people who don't even have YouTube channels. Can't possibly be that. No.
It's another clue, because I wasn't into that. I gave all my pensions, all that stuff. I don't want it. I just said, I don't want any of your stuff. And I've done the shows and I've brought the information that I've brought to you purely from the love of the people who've listened to the words and the support they've given me. So
Yeah, the monetary support. That's right, because he eats food and pays his bills. Wait, how does he do that? Monetary support, because he gave up all his pensions and welfare and everything like that. He said, don't want it. No, 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 no. Other people will look after me. Yeah, because of the love of Jesus or whatever.
all of you have helped in this as well. That's just, this is the way the game is played, folks. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like I said, you probably think I'm completely nuts, but
No, full of shit.
this is how to play the game. If we can get this information through to the next level, then
Yeah, forget forget the truth. Get this information through to the next level. Next level of what? Oh, well, I don't know. Of the game that the Archons made. Oh, right. Okay. And the Archons don't have any foolproof way of eliminating the truth? No? Oh, right. Well, that's interesting.
someone in the next level can complete the game.
This is psychosis, folks, by the way. This really is, because he seems convinced.
And as they tell you in the movies, there can be only one.
Yeah, because they tell you in the movies. Therefore must be true. Yeah. What about the golden child? Is there also a golden child? Is there also a Cinderella? Is there also a prince with a magic abusive kiss? Oh, must all be true because it's in the movies, see?
They tell us all the way down the line, life is just a ride in an amusement park, it's just a ride.
No, they don't tell you that all down the line. That was Bill Hicks who said that. Don't hijack him, you piece of shit.
We got to get out of this place by the animals, because that's what happens at the end of the level. Most of the people that are left turn into animals. It gets pretty ugly, folks, after the scorch earth policy that they run and the wars that they're running. They're going to have a cataclysm within the next 2 years, and it's going to get real ugly. And then you have situations like what Bolsheviks was created to cover up. That was probably the end of a cataclysm. And the mud flood people are right. The Mud Fossil University guy is absolutely correct.
No, he fucking isn't. Go and look at his studies into light. Just go and look at his studies and watch him miss what he's looking at, radiograms he's looking at that are showing light filaments, and he's not noticing the fucking light filaments. Oh, absolutely, definitely true. Definitely. Apart from all the parts where he's freaking wrong.
Kudos to you on what you've done. Yeah, that's absolutely true, folks. That's how it happens. I would suggest it gets lower and lower each time. The life forms get smaller and smaller each time as they steal more and more of the resources.
All the life forms get larger and larger each time. Continuously larger and larger and larger, and then eventually a collapse, and then small again, and then larger and larger and larger. A bit like it basically happened within our own history. Julius Caesar, he was only 5'4". Yeah, tiny. People were small, and now bigger and bigger. Oh, God, could he be at 100% wrong there? Yes. Piece of shit.
The world that they're inhabiting. Whether it's flat, whether it's this, whether it's that, it's irrelevant.
Yeah, the shape of it is irrelevant. Yeah, who cares about the shape? No, it's all a game, see?
As far as global, whatever, but this, where we are, is an enclosed realm, and it is flat, and all atmosphere is controlled.
All atmosphere is controlled.
All clouds are manufactured.
All clouds are manufactured.
There are no clouds here. They all come from cloud machines that are out there.
They all come from cloud machines that are out there.
On the ocean. And the video that I've got on after this little...
Yeah, so out there in the oceans, there are cloud machines.
Rave that I've given you should prove to you beyond any shadow of a doubt
that he's full of shit. But
this Earth is a flat controlled environment, and all weather is controlled. All storm.
It's all controlled. All of the weather is controlled.
Manufactured. All hurricanes are manufactured.
All hurricanes manufactured. Everything manufactured forever and ever. Amen.
Rats are manufactured. And there's a bunch of parasites in here playing war games with the human race. That's what's going on, folks.
All right. there's some parasites playing war games, and everything is controlled, all the weather, everything.
We are their puppets, and we are also their food. You know, it's a people
We are their puppets and their food.
farm. The people who run this world don't eat what we eat.
The people who run this world don't eat what we eat.
And I'll leave it to your imagination to fill in the blanks there.
Yeah, just use your imagination.
But that's what's going on, folks, and it's imperative that someone gets through.
Imperative that someone gets through to the next level. Otherwise, what? Otherwise, what? Somebody doesn't get through to the next level. What? Everything ends. Oh! Including the game of the Archons and the predator mind parasites.
The next level it is, because if I missed my ride last night, then I will suffer the fate of
If he missed his ride last night, which last night wasn't last night, it was Saturday, which was 3 days earlier. But that was last night, but it was Saturday. And it happened 2 times, when the light hit him in the head that came through his ceiling, and when the light hit him when he was driving around trying to get out around the tree and everything. And yeah, piece of shit, lying piece of shit. I wish I had a QMFI voice thing. I could say, piece of shit.
all that are everything that's about to happen. But I would suggest, if you want to survive what's happening, because
If you want to survive, keep listening to this complete buffoon and give him money.
as in every level, there'll be survivors that go over into the next level, and they will become those who they hunt for over the following level, who they will look for. They'll create the truth movement at the end of that. And I don't know which way that goes, whether that goes...
Yeah, you see, the truth movement is a trap. That's basically what he's saying. Truth movement is a trap. The fact that the earth is flat, if you find that, yeah, you're in the trap. This is psychosis, folks.
to the parasites, or whether that goes to the pure force back to the planet, which is what I suggest is what happens. I don't know, because I haven't got to the end of the game.
I thought he received all the information of everything, but he didn't. Oh, okay.
But I know all of this sounds crazy, but if we can get this through to the next level and get this information...
Fantasist, you think you're important, but you're not. And people are going to watch this video and they're going to share this video with others, and they're going to see that you're a piece of shit. And the collapse of your channel and your prestige starts now. And you'll say it's because of the flat earth, but it isn't. It's because people highlighted your bullshit. People like me, and there'll be others out there doing this too.
Information through to whoever completes the next level. As they always say, there can be only one, and after that, well, as Jim Morrison said, no one here gets out alive.
Apart from, no one here gets out dead. See, because we don't... Never mind.
So, that's what I had to share with you folks. Thank you to all the people who supported me through all this. Thank you on Patreon and all.
Again, now see, the money. Thank you for all the money.
All this, I mean, I've really... I could have done it. I could have completed the game without any of your...
He hasn't completed the game. He says, I don't know the details because I haven't completed the game. Now he's saying, I couldn't have completed the game if it wasn't for you guys.
I didn't know I was even playing a game or completing a game. I didn't know any of the information that I brought you today.
He doesn't know shit.
Until that light shone on me on Saturday night. And that's
temporal lobe epilepsy, or just straightforward bullshit, or just psychosis.
The thing, because all the stuff that I've brought you through that has been irrelevant. It's simply being the parasites getting all those aha moments. But then they brought the real event out, the real truth, and that was Christchurch.
Oh yeah, that was the real truth. 9/11, no, that wasn't the real truth. The fact that the earth is flat, no, that wasn't the real truth. No, it was Christchurch, that was the real truth.
Why is it that name, Christchurch? Because you had to tell the truth on that event. When you see something like that and everyone else is telling you it's fake, you've got to tell the truth, folks. And then when someone abuses you like all hell because you're not paying attention to what they're listening to, you have to forgive them and you have to share what they've told you, because that shows you have a pure heart. And it shows...
He's talking shit. This guy's just so... Pure heart. What's your name, sir?
Forgiveness. And it shows compassion. It shows all the things that are needed. to be channeled into that white light.
Yeah, channel it all into that white light, which is the siphon by which the parasites get you and eat you.
It needs to go back up there and hit that solar wind that is apparently coming in tonight. All this stuff I didn't know about. And that's another thing that gels it for me, is that I'm not into astrology. I didn't even know about the lineup. I didn't even know it was happening. But a lot of forces made sure I was lying in that bed. And when I look at this place
a lot of forces made sure that he was lying in that bed. Would those forces be force of habit? All those forces making sure that he was lying in that bed so he could receive that beam of light in his pineal gland when he got up, not when he was lying in the bed. Remember, he got up and a big shiny flash.
Live in. I never lived in here before. I was living in a place in Byron Bay and I had to move out. We were given 3 months' notice and I just didn't bother looking for anywhere. 2 weeks before it was time's up, I thought, wow, I better get a place. Put a post on Facebook.
That's not a very good way of looking after your son, you moron.
That said, hey, need a room, has anyone got one? And a guy contacted me privately and said, I got this shed. And I come up here and I opened the door and I walked in and I looked
And I thought, perfect place for me to look after my son.
at the wall and there's crows in the mural up on the wall there. And I'm thinking, I don't know if I want to live in Queensland, you know. And I walked in, I've looked at the wall, and I went, oh, it's the crow house. I'll take it. And if I hadn't have done that, if I judged, oh, it's a shed and I don't want to be in Queensland,
I would have been in a YMCA or a beggar on the street. So I don't know. I would have been something else if I'd not done that. Who knows? A world of possibilities of what could have been.
I was hoity-toity about it. I didn't want to live in a shed, whatever, you know.
And then I thought of my son. Oh, no, sorry. I didn't think of my son. I forgot that part.
I never would have been lying in that bed. So when people gift you things from the purest of their heart, the man who owns this place has a very, very pure heart. When someone from the pureness of their heart gifts you something, it's valuable. There's a meaning for that. There's a meaning in everything. You know, all these major things, these life-changing things, there's meaning in all of it. And you know, how you are judged and how it all works is how you interact within this realm while you're in it.
Yeah, like if you make videos talking complete bollocks as if it was true, when you leave little hook lines like, oh, I will tell you my real name, but not right now. Yeah, like that.
You know, all the spirit cooking and all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, because all of that is definitely real, because the word spirit cooking exists. Therefore, there must be, well, cooking spirits. Unless it's just another psychotic piece of shit, BS propaganda bullshit, and you can't cook spirits. Maybe that's the real world.
People think, oh, that's the ceremonies they have. No, it's this. It's this life that you are in right now.
Yes, the life that you are in right now, that's spirit cooking. It's your spirit's getting cooked.
Is the cooking of your spirit.
There you go. There, I just said it mockingly, but no, he goes and says it. A complete buffoon. Oh, really? Yeah. What's all this place for? It's just a big caldera so God can cook our spirit so he can eat us. Ha ha ha.
You've got to get through. You've got to get through it. They give you all the temptations along the way. Everything you need to mess yourself.
Yeah, like, hey, tell you what, I'll give you some money if you go to those guys who owe me money and you say to them, give him his fucking money or I'll cripple you. Oh, that's a great opportunity. Thanks, sir.
You can go and abuse women. You can go and get into...
Yeah, you can go and abuse women. That's what he just said. Yeah, you can go and abuse women.
All this bad stuff that you got into, you know, you can...
And then you can save yourself through the love of Christ.
You know, maybe think it, but don't do it, because you're always going to want to think it, because that's their...
Oh, well, he has done it. Okay, let me just go back, just so you know. This man has done the things he's talking about.
You've got to get through. You've got to get through it. They give you all the temptations along the way. Everything you need to mess yourself up. You can go and abuse women. You can go and get into all this bad stuff that you got into. You know,
You can get the kind of life where you have to move and change your name. That's right. You can do that too.
You know, maybe think it, but don't do it, because you're always going to want to think it, because that's their mind. You know, that's their mind telling you. And if people say, oh, I always think those dark thoughts, how could you think that? These are usually biological robots, I would suggest. They don't have those thoughts, so they're not going to understand at all what you're talking about. The way to get through it is in yourself. The answers don't lie in anybody else, they only lie in yourself.
It's just so full of shit. The answers don't really lie in yourself. The answers lie in the real world. You can find them or you cannot. You still get to live in the real world.
And the most important thing is to always tell the truth in what you see. If you
Apart from your real name. Charlatan?
don't know for sure, don't claim it as to be truth. That's why I've never made any claims on the show.
Apart from, this is just how it is, that he said several times throughout this hangout.
I only made one claim. And that was
And then
to
just go back.
tell the truth in what you see. If you don't know for sure, don't claim it as to be truth. That's why I've never made any claims on the show.
This is a video broadcast, just like the one you're watching now. It's not a show. He thinks he's a show. It's not a show. He's making a video broadcast, which could be like a telephone to no one if there was no one watching. It's not a show.
I only made one claim, and that was I claimed that there were it was not a hoax at Christchurch. And everyone said to me, this is the first time you've ever made a claim. Why are you making the claim, you know? And I made...
No, he's just talking shit. People didn't say that to him. They didn't say, why are you making a claim? He makes claims all the time. He's littered this hangout with claims.
the claim because it was the truth. And then also, I apologised to Jamie and I opened my heart to him when he abused me. And I showed compassion, I showed forgiveness.
Oh, bless. So, here's a little thing most of you won't know about. Some time ago, so I'm going to just post this transmission of the charlatan. Some time ago, Jeranism and Globebusters collaborated with Max IGAN to track his flight from South America, from South America to Sydney, and then later, at some other point, from Sydney to South America. And he showed, I mentioned this in yesterday's Hangout, which was pulled by YouTube, because that's what they do when things get a bit too raw. But his Hangout is not pulled, is it? Of course not. Anyway. He points out, when you're flying from Sydney to Santiago, you can see the North Island out to the right of the plane, which means your flight is not on the Great Circle routes, which means that the plane must be short on fuel for 500 miles, okay, or so. But never mind that. I pointed this out. This clownfoot with a potato nose throws hissy fits in my comments, calling me every name under the sun, abusing me about how it's all, no, it's not, you piece of shit, it's not. I showed what he said. What he said is clear. I just simply showed what he said. I also showed his compass saying he wasn't on the correct route. Not if you look at the magnetic declination for the regions he was at. Now, I mean, even if you don't, it's just even more off. If you don't calculate the magnetic declination and correct for it, he's even more off. Okay? But even with the magnetic declination, he's off. He's throwing a hissy fit because he's a piece of shit. Okay? And I know that I've sworn a lot today, but this guy deserves it because he's a piece of shit. Anyway, all of this abuse, to me pointing out that he's full of shit, saying that the Earth is a sphere and that he can prove it because he flies from Sydney to Santiago and back. Okay? I just show this. This guy throws a hissy fit. He's now talking about how kind-hearted he is for apologising to someone. He's not apologised to me. Not that I could give a fuck anyway. But what I'm going to do is, because I left him a comment yesterday, just to remind him, I'm going to scroll to see if my comment is there. It might have been deleted, I don't know. I'm just scrolling. There's rather a number of comments. Actually, let me minimize the window, it would make it easier. I'm just looking for my own comment. Let's see if it's there. It should be a standalone comment. Right. Tell you what I will do. Latest first. Apologies for the slowness of the system. It looks like rather a lot of comments. Okay, well, sort by. Because it was only yesterday. Okay. And I'm just going to scroll like this and see whether my comment is there or whether the piece of shit has deleted it in order to cover his tracks. I'm only going to go through a few pages, don't worry, I'm not going to go through the whole lot of comments of this lying charlatan. And there are Australians out there that I know that would be like, oh, for God's sake, not another Australian charlatan. You know, you give us a bad name. Because not all Australians are charlatans, only a few of them. But because there's so few people in Australia, rather a large number of the population. No, I'm not seeing my comments. 1 hour ago, oh no, forget it. I can't be bothered trolling. But if anybody wants to go and look, you'll see my comments. If there's a response to it, well, then you'll see it. I don't know, because I haven't bothered checking. But I pointed out to him this fact about the real world and something that really happened, which was I made a video about him and he threw a hissy fit when he was defending the globe. Let me resize the window, sorry. Piece of shit. There, okay. And we will continue with this charlatan piece of shit. Let's go.
So respect for his anger, which was rightly deserved on my part. So that's how to get through the game, folks. And I don't know what happens after this point. I don't know whether I missed my ride or whether I get a little leeway thing. I don't know what happens from you. I don't know whether you'll hear from me again. I don't know what happens. I don't know what the next move is. I guess I'm probably going to be around, and you'll hear from me again. I do want to upload another video as well because I want to tell you my real name. I'm not going to do it on this video, and there's a reason for that, and you'll know.
But he won't tell you the reason for it. He wants to tell you his real name, but he's not going to. There's a reason for it. He's neither going to tell you his name, nor the reason. You just have to watch the next episode to be continued.
Know what that reason is as soon as I upload the next video. But everything that I've told you today is extremely important.
No, it isn't. It's all bullshit.
As I said, I think this is the most important message I've ever delivered.
The message is delivered is a whole bunch of bullshit about games and weird games and whatnot, and how these games all rely on this one, because there can only be one, and this one is him. That's it. That's the game. That's what he's done. It's all incredibly important for you all to believe what I'm saying, because I'm saying I'm the one.
Thank you to the people who've supported me through all this with their funding.
Again, thank you for all the money. Thanks for my subscribers, Simon Dan. It's so transparent. Thanks for all my Patreons, says that clownfoot.
Through all of that, I'd really appreciate it if you could support me through this next stage, whatever it's going to be.
Oh, here he is with his cap. Please support me some more. Yeah, Patreons, the donations go through automatically. You set your Patreon to donate $1 a month. Every month $1 goes out. You don't have to do anything. So, yeah, he's not saying, can you guys continue? No, he's like, can more of you guys contribute, please? Listen.
Thank you to the people who've supported me through all this with their funding, through all of that. I'd really appreciate it if you could support me through this next stage, whatever it's going to be.
If you could support me, like the guys that are supporting you, if they could continue to support you, or are you saying, more people, please support me also? Piece of shit.
But hey, folks, it was the truth movement, and the truth is the earth is flat. So, make of it what you will.
I make this of it. When flat earthers were really scorned, okay, when we were the dregs of society, you were not a flat earther. Now that the numbers are starting to, well, slip over to the flat earth with more and more people, including Polish astronauts, saying, yeah, when people have started, organizations have started to actually conduct polls, that's quite significant. Just the fact that there's a poll, quite significant. Now that you're seeing the numbers of people that are saying they doubt the Earth is a globe and they think the Earth is flat, but you see that those numbers are growing up, and you're cross-referencing on, wait a second, there are more of those people than the people who have been following me about my bullshit with Palestine and shit. Hey, that's a great big pond of people I can fish in. That's right, you're a charlatan piece of shit. And you use your son as a shield from criticism. That makes you, excuse me ladies, a cunt.
I love you all.
And he loves everyone. Oh, bless.
Follow after this talk should show without any shadow of a doubt that this whole war and this whole climate change scam is being completely manufactured. It's all being done by design.
Yes. It's all, whatever it is that he's talking about. Yeah, because it's a bit unclear. Yeah, we know that the whole environmental thing is a bunch of bullshit. We know. We know the world is changing, and then we know that they piggyback on it. Goes, the world is changing. We think it might go colder. Let's say there's gonna be global cooling. Oh shit, it's going hotter. Let's call it global warming. Oh shit, it's gone colder. Let's call it climate change. Yeah, that. We know that. But this galoot has said, weather manufactured. Yeah, they've got cloud machines in the ocean. Yeah, they just make clouds, earthquakes. Oh, they all just make it all. Volcanoes, those two. Yes, that's what this guy said.
It's been a pleasure, my friends. You like cash?
Pretentious prick.
We can bring in the oceanic rain.
Nah, not going to watch this, whatever it is. Let's see. Oh, other stuff. Whatever. Just bullshit. So now I'm going to go through the things I wrote down from that piece of shit. Just give me a second. Okay. Switch the lights on. I suggested people write things down, and then he suggested people write things down. I said it so we could mock it. He said it so you could write it on leather and pass it on for posterity, because paper is not good enough, right? And also not good enough if you just remember it and say it to people. No, you better write it down for posterity. Okay, so all weather is created. Not like through natural processes. No, it's all created by, well, the predator mind parasite Jews, probably. I don't know, but it's all manufactured, it's all created, and there's machines in the oceans that make clouds. That's right. In this enclosed flat earth under a dome, they have these things to make clouds and shit. And they also have these tectonic plates that can slip and cause tidal waves and volcanoes, all of those things, all of them false and are manufactured, right? But wait a minute, the tectonic plates don't have to slip to cause, like, tidal waves and tsunamis. No. What happens is the parasite mind Archon Jews, right? They take it's all a game where they take gold and minerals, right? And they just hoard it and they hoard it. And when they want to wipe everything out, they just dump it in the ocean, and that's what causes tidal waves. And yeah, that's what causes the flooding. It's all the gold and minerals they've taken, and they just dump it in the ocean. Water levels rise, everybody drowns. That's what that galoot has said. There's a dome over the flat earth. Yeah, because it's enclosed, see? Like the Truman Show. Yeah, it's just enclosed. Yeah, do you know this? No, just say it because other people say it. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, because the whole thing is like Westworld. Yeah. You might think that you're a natural human being, you know, when you get toothache, you have the toothache, and no, you're not really. You're a robot human, yeah? And you're just there to be played by these Archon guys from wherever. They They play you. Yeah, forget when you got toothache. Maybe one of them's a bit of a masochist and they want to experience toothache. Yeah, no, forget that. No, it's all not real. It's all just an illusion to make you think, to keep you ticking over. Otherwise, your biological robot body will like decay or something. Yeah, so it's all a simulation. And archons, read books about archons. That's really important because archons definitely real, not invented. No, definitely real. This game is all about levels, and there's a 1 that will, if the 1 makes it through to the next level, then everything's all right, but not really, because making it through to the next level means getting swallowed up, because the whole thing is a trap, so that the truth will bring this 1 so he can get got, and he probably gets got by a light sucking him into the next world, and that's how the archons suck him. Everything, oh yeah, so he's implying that these archons and everything about the world, these organizations, these governments, these things, they know everything. That everything is known. That's what he has implied. They don't know everything. Everything is known, and they just trigger and they manipulate because they know everything. Could it be that not everything is known? Yeah, there are world conquerors. These are these archon things. Yeah. So you might think that they just make a simulation and they play the simulation. Well, not really, because there's a game called Civilizations, and yeah. So because there's a game called Civilizations is a game. These things, these predator minds, they play us in this game that they made. They programmed it. Okay, but the game that they programmed, it's not really what it is. Because what they do is they go around invading worlds that already exist that they didn't program. Yeah, no contradiction there. Yeah, gold causes earthquakes, and writes his important message on leather. We have people like that in what's called the truth movement. I've gone out of my way to show that there are people in this so-called truth movement that are literally full of shit agents, like Picasso Phase, like David Weiss, like Mark Sargent, like Rick Hummer, like those guys. I've shown this. I've explained it. Apologies, I'm just opening a window. I've shown it. I've shown you evidence. I've just shown you evidence of Max IGAN being completely and utterly full of shit and telling a story that contradicts itself at every turn and trying to pass it off as if it's a message from, I don't know, the Archon supercomputer or something that he received through a beam of light in 2 different places. Once when driving around in his car and getting out of the car and this flash of light, and the other time when he got up off his bed because he couldn't sleep and it was just up and down, and then he got up and then a flash of light. But that second one took place 2 different dimensions. Once when he got up, flash of light, and the other when he was lying down in his bed because the Archons had organized everything for him to be strategically laid down on his bed so the beam of light could get him in the pineal gland. That's what I've just shown. Please share this, guys. In fact, you don't have to share this, okay? Bring people to this channel. Take this, upload it. You don't have to give credit. You don't have to say who I am. I'm not even going to mention the name of my channel, okay? But re-upload this so we can expose this piece of shit. Just take it, re-upload it. You can even want to go into it and edit my face and just put whatever. Go ahead. I don't mind. I don't care, really. Jesus Christ. Danny Diesel, everyone run, he's going to sneeze. Jesus, with that nose. Now, I'll tell you this, being good, because I'm a completely candid person. I don't remember his name. I know it. It's there somewhere, but I don't remember it. If I did, I'd tell you right now. Let me just go to Skype in case certain someone is there writing the name. And, yeah. So, by the way, in the comment thread where he was being incredibly abusive, one second. I told everyone his name. I said, "Hey, you, such and such." Let's see. Right. 1 second. I'm just looking for a specific person. Give me a second. There you go. There. So, if I could recall, I'd tell you. And if I get told, if somebody reminds me now, I will tell you. Okay, and then when he comes out with it, he'll be like, "Oh right, oh no, his big suspense thing is gone." But pay attention to the fact that he went out of his way to talk about his name so that he could say, "But I'm not going to tell you right now. I'll tell you in the next video. Yeah, make sure you come back. Otherwise, you won't hear it. Piece of shit." Oh, cool. He's here. Just waiting. And I will call this, I will rename this, and I will show everybody his name. Just a second. Robert Stone. I can't write what it is. Joshua Webb writes, "I can't write what it is. I wrote it in comment section under the video on YouTube, immediately deleted my comment." Is the name you've got Robert Stone? Danny Diesel, I don't think he's not in New Zealand, he's in Australia. Joshua Webb, take your time. Oh yeah, I showed the palm of his hand, Joshua Webb, the swastika, with a broken upper bar, but that's not because some symbol. It doesn't mean something extra. It's just too painful. I forgot to finish it, and he's too much of a narcissist to accept his mistake. Yeah, Robert Stone. I'm not sure if that rings. If that's the name I had. Just a second. Right. Never mind. I'm sure I'll get an email later today from Deep Throats. Pass me info. I can then go and check. like info about Irulanduchi's mother, that I then stupidly don't go and make little videos about. I think, oh, right, interesting. Anyway, so take this video and share it to people. Like I said, you don't have to bring people here, okay? Just let people see that clown foot with his verbal diarrhea. Forensic, no doubt Max will reveal his name as Jesus Christ. Robert Stone. Let's see. That piece of shit IGAN has moved to my state, Queensland. He got kicked out of Byron Bay because he couldn't pay his bills. All his subs have left him. Thanks for that, Spake Face. So interesting. Right, folks, I think I'm going to bail. What time is it? 4:30. Yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Seeing that piece of shit give that verbal diarrhea. And I predict the collapse of the Crow House. Just like I predicted the collapse. Just like I predicted that Picasso Face would be back after it had its jaw done. It came back after it had its jaw done. Okay? And I predict that that will disappear in the next 4 months. And I said, probably because it will get a new boyfriend that like sails around the world or something and uploads aren't really so possible. Some bullshit excuse. Okay? I predicted it would come back. It did. I predicted it would have had its jaw done. It had it done. Now I'm predicting the collapse of the Crow House and the collapse of Picasso Face's channel. Okay? 4 months for Picasso Face. Don't know about the other guy. Anyway, there you go. I hope you enjoyed this, guys. Thank you very much for hanging out. 68 thumbs up, 16 thumbs down. 16 thumbs from people who didn't like. It didn't like. I predict a riot. I predict a riot. Suzanne Dawson. Yes. Anyway, that's it. The revolution will not be televised. Okay, folks, thank you very much for your time. I will catch you all again at some point. I thought of saying today, because I'm not totally sure. So I'm not really going to put it down. I'm not going to set it down like hard. First, I just been reminded by Space Fake. It says I came in late. Can't wait to rewind this. Yeah, well, this one won't be pulled because yesterday Spake Face was pulled immediately afterwards by YouTube. Bobby Shafto, if you're watching this, I don't see your comments live. When I watch afterwards and I look through the comments, I see your comments, but I did not see your comments yesterday live. That's peculiar, isn't it? Anyway, I was playing with the idea, and I really am wrapping up, by the way. I was playing with the idea of saying, right, guys, I'm going to make this hangout, and then I'm going to take a freaking proper radio silence break and get on with the book. But I'm not saying it for sure because I can't predict whether or not something big is going to happen, and I want to show it or discuss it. Other than the stuff going on in the region where the eclipse happened. Maybe go and look at that. I am watching and waiting. I think it's going to get worse. But yes, if I stay quiet, that's all it is. Okay? And I can't say that I'm going to, and I'm not doing this. Now I feel manipulative, like I say, oh, watch this space. I can't say for sure, you know. So I'm not going to say for sure. Okay, that's it, folks. Thank you very much for your time. We'll see you all soon. Ciao. No, sorry. Shalom. Adiós. Pleguezuelos. Otro día. Cuando... Es que es muy aburrido. Pero bueno, ya está. Chao, shalom. Adeu.